Hey everyone, Mr. Forson here. I am the school counselor at West Seaford Elementary, and I am here to teach you about how you can stay safe. Now, on the screen next to me, you can see it says, I can stay safe, because you're the one that is in charge of your body. Now, I want everybody to repeat after me that I can stay safe. We're going to repeat that after we're in countdown from 3. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. I can stay safe, because it's all about you. The adults around you, the teachers, the staff here at your school, we all care about you, but we're not with you all the time. So we want to teach you about how you can stay safe. This is a really important topic. And why is it important? Is because it's actually a state law. It's a state law because of this lady right here. This is Erin. Her name is Erin Marin. Now, she actually went around to different states and had promoted and advocated for a law to be called Erin's Law in every state. It is in Delaware to be taught to students that are in preschool all the way through 6th grade. And it is to help educate students about how they can speak up and tell people if they're being abused. Now, Erin was actually a victim of sexual abuse. As a child, her neighbor was actually touching her in ways that did not make her feel comfortable, but was threatening to tell to her that if she told people, she would be in trouble or that he would hurt her family, which were all false. And eventually somebody made Erin feel very comfortable, and she told them about how she was being treated. So now that's what she does. She goes around and she speaks on behalf of all children and adults, parents, so that they know how to get resources to help children that might be suffering from this. And we want you to have a voice. We want you to know how to stay safe. So as we go through this activity over the next several days, we're going to be talking about some different kinds of touches. Now, here's the important part. You are the boss of your body, right? You get to decide when someone is going to touch you, where, and when. You get the final say. And I'm hoping that after all of our classes, that you're going to know what is a good touch and a bad touch. You're going to know what's an appropriate touch and what is a not appropriate touch. So you're the boss. You get to control that. And we need you to have a voice. We need you to speak up when it's not appropriate. We're going to be looking at 3 different types of touches. Now, some of these touches are going to make you giggle and laugh. Some are going to be like, Mr. Forson, our class talks about this all the time. It's a rule at our school. You're right. There are 3 types of touches. There's the safe touches, which I'm sure a lot of us experience daily. Then there's the ouch touches, which sadly, some friends don't know how to control their hands and get themselves in a lot of trouble with referrals or big consequences. They lose special events because they use the ouch touch. Then there's the private touch, which sometimes with kids can bring giggles because we talk about things that are hard topics. And sometimes when we're embarrassed, we giggle. But we're going to try to do our best to take this very seriously. Today, we're going to start easy. We're going to start by talking about safe touches. Safe touches are very easy to talk about. Why are they easy to talk about? Because they're the things that make us feel good. Safe touches are wanted. We want safe touches. They make us feel comfortable. They're kind. They're fun. So they're easy to talk about. So usually when you experience a safe touch, you're going to feel excited, proud, loved, cared for, happy, excited, right? All those feelings are going to rush in because you wanted it, because it was comfortable to you, it was something that was kind, and it was something that was fun. So what might some safe touches look like? Well, I'm glad you asked, because guess what? We experience them daily. Now, even at our school here at West Seaford, our teachers greet students at the doorway, and I'm sure a lot of safe touches are experienced right there first thing in the morning. Why do we do those? Because they make you feel comfortable and loved and cared for. Things like hugs, high fives, a pat on the back, a handshake. As long as you want those to happen, they're safe touches. Now, this is where it gets tricky, because if someone doesn't want a hug, it's no longer a safe touch. So that's why we try to tell you to ask someone if they want a hug. Some of your teachers at the doorway might have a chart where you get to point to the kind of safe touch you'd like to have, a high five, a fist bump, maybe it's a tapping feet, right? Because we want you to advocate for it. We want you to speak up for yourself. So if you want it and you feel comfortable with it, then they can do it. So hugs, high fives, pat on the back, handshakes, those are all great examples of safe touches. Now, I'd like you to watch this video. It's only a couple minutes long, and it's going to explain more about those safe touches, but it also starts to discuss some of the not so good touches, the unsafe touches, and even a little bit about those private touches, kind of to introduce us to this whole topic. So I'm going to pull that up for you so you can watch that right now.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I want to talk to you about a very important protect yourself rule. You have to know the difference between a safe touch and an unsafe touch. We all know safe touches, like hugs from our family or high fives with our friends. Unsafe touches are touches to private parts of your body. No one can ever touch parts of your body that are covered by a bathing suit, or ask you to touch them on those parts. But it is okay for a doctor to touch you on private parts when they're giving you a checkup and your mom or dad is in the room. These are safe touches. If someone gives you an unsafe touch, they might want you to keep it a secret. They might make you promise or give you presents to keep you from telling. But you always have to tell another grown-up about unsafe touches, no matter what. If you were touched on a private part of your body by someone you know or someone in your family, tell your teacher or another family member. It's never your fault if someone touches you like this. If it happens, other grown-ups want you to tell. Keep telling until someone helps you and make sure the unsafe touch never happens again.
That's some great information, isn't it? Now, I loved that the person that was giving this presentation talked about doctors, because doctors will sometimes have to touch in some of those private areas that are only for you. But usually if they do that, the protocol, and you need to know this and speak up for yourself, is to have an adult in the room with you, like you're a caregiver, your parent, maybe if it's a grandparent, they would be there. The doctor should never make you do that without them in the room. So that's really important information. And there's a lot of good stuff there. And this is a really tough topic. So what I'd like you to do today to finish out our lesson with your classroom is let's talk about examples of a safe touch. Teachers, take a moment to allow your students to share about examples of a safe touch. This is a great conversation you can have in your classroom. You could choose just to share these out loud. You could write it on an anchor chart in your classroom and keep it in a safe spot as a reminder. You could have students write them down first, or maybe you could even have them write them down first so they get all their ideas out and then share out. I love to hear some of those examples of safe touches, and I love seeing those at our school. And I want you to be safe, and you have to speak up for yourself. So remember, safe touches are wanted, comfortable, and they make you feel those good feelings because they're kind. I hope you'll tune back in for the second lesson as we'll start to get in some of those not so good touches. But for today, let's talk about those safe touches. Have a great day.